Hi guys, in this video, let's summary and see the reaction of KR users of the 2026 April 22 balance patch. So first, Condenser. Red Condenser and Blue Condenser both got the buff. And usual reactions. In here, in Lostark, the in-band community have the each classes, users, some board. So I see that classes, boards, and see the reactions. GL users' reaction about this balance patch is just good. In here, they don't have many attention, many thinking in this balance patch. They are just happy with get the buff. And this Destroyer, that gravity in class engraving core boots core got the 3% nerf, and Rage Hammer core got very many buff. It is enlist buff is 7%, most high buff is 10%. But user selection is a little bad. Why? In here, Destroyer users normally like the Rage Hammer class engravings playstyle, which is hit the head with some they supercharge. But in here, Boom's playstyle is just mouse click space like this. But after this nerf of Booms and buff of Rage Hammer, still Booms is the strongest core. So Destroyer users should use the Booms core for their damage. But in here, Destroyer users like the Rage Hammer class engraving. So they are, it is understandable. It is good direction that buff the Rage Hammer and nerf the Booms. But why still Booms is the strongest? Please change the structure, please. It is this Destroyer user saying. And Berserker got the pest. They are very happy with Survive because they are strong now. Slayer, both engraving got the buff. It is difference 3 to 5% by core. Slayer users are very mad with low figure of buff, meaning the very low buff, and in here Smartgate buff the Hurricane core, but Slayer users don't like that Hurricane core's concept because this concept just should use the Hurricane skill only and it is very boring. So they are mad about the buff of Hurricane core. And next is Valkyrie, about the damage Valkyrie. In here, in this balance patch, supporters all got skipped. So they got the 1.7% buff and mad with low buff. And next is the Surface. They are past and very mad. In here, the most class which is get the Liquinize in the in-band, who said my class is really bad. Surface always become the first now, like the before demonic artillery's skelters. Very mad now, Surface. And Scraper, the Swift engraving, which is the Snow Powder's rank 1 that tier class, got the further 6% buff, and that users are very happy with Survive because even if they got this further 6% nerf, it is just still king top tiers. Like the they can win the 1000k 1k combat scores, but now it is just become the maybe 600 combat score difference like that. Still OP. And Wardancer got the many buff. So because this buff is not only buff, there are so many changing about the structures. Many users are researching about this. Glaivier got the 4% buff, but very mad with low buff. Striker got the 3.1% buff, mad with low buff. And Breaker, Specialization that OP core combinations got the 3.1% nerf. But users say it's okay with Survive because 3.1% is not that big to them because they are very stronger than other classes. But little disappoint with other core no buff because like the Suras core or the Specialization class engravings, other core like that. And David Hunter, Hand-on Gunner get the big buff and they are very happy with this. Artillerist, FP got the 2% buff. Little mad about the FP buff direction is really bad and low figure. But in here, most of users don't have any thinking about this balance page because no reactions. It is the awkward things. And Sharpshooter got the further 3% buff and mad with low buff. Machinist Counter Legacy got the 5% nerf. Mad with nerf, why? 5% figure is acceptable, but in here, Scouter is always the bad class after the release of Machinist Scouters, and with recent balance patch, it got the very high tier S tier, but its duration is just 2 months. Yes, They wait for the 3 years, but they only enjoy the S tier 2 months and get the 5% nerf. They are very mad with that this emotionally, not really. And Gunslinger, Lifer Engraving got the 4% buff and very happy with this. Summoner, Swift Summoner got the 4% buff. They are researching it about it and very happy. Arcana got the pass, happy with Survive, but some Empress users disappoint with no buff. Sorceress got the buff, but mad with low buff. Deathblade are passive, mad with passes. Reaper, 2.3% buff, but very mad with low buff. Demonic, Transformation, so Specialization Demonic got the 5.5% nerf. After the release of balance patch, they are also top of the 5.5% nerf because they are very strong. But they recognize that they are nerfed more than the Scraper and very mad about these Smart Gate's directions. Next is Solitaire. Spec Engraving got the buff and they are researching it and happy. Adromancer got the also buff and happy, and they are may question each other's, but in here there are no researching members. Wild Sword, 4% buff, very happy with research. Guardian Knight, 2.5% nerf. Researching to avoid nerf because this 2.5% nerf is based on the core nerf, so they are finding the non-nerfed core combinations and researching about it. Clear users are really disappointed about this balance patch. They are sad. Nerf class is happy with Survive, and while buff class is mad with low buff. Is it right directions of and good balance patch? No. That's why clear members are really mad about this balance patch. Also, it is just figure change, no structure difference, just 10% buff and 10% nerf. In here, this type of balance patch can be done with monthly or 2 weeks. It is very easy, just 10% buff like this type of patch. But it is very long time periodically balance patch and just 10% buff and nerf with very non-acceptable figure like the Scraper just got the 4% nerf, while Reaper get the just 2% buff. But after the nerf and buff, their damage difference is almost 20 to 30% still. It is a little bad balance now. So in my thinking, it is a little bad balance patch today. Thank you for watching.